Next I've got an exam question just to talk you through. If you want to have a go at the question, obviously please have a go and pause the video. You can have a look at my answers. I'm going to talk all the way through it in a minute. So the first thing I'll do whenever I see a new exam question is go through and maybe highlight the things that I want that are key things. So Leanne needs a bottle of water for the people at a training day. Each bottle contains 2 litres of water. So that's the first important thing that I've got there. There's 13 people, so I'll highlight that. Every person will have 3 glasses. Each glass contains 250 millilitres of water. So I've got a lot of things going on here with a lot of numbers. Then I've been told that Leanne thinks she will need 5 bottles of water. Are 5 bottles of water enough for 13 people? So I'm going to have to do a lot of work in, and I can see already that I've got lots of units going on. I've been told each glass holds 250 millilitres, but then I've been given each bottle in litres. So the first thing I need to do is make sure I show whoever's going to be marking this that I know how to convert millilitres to litres. So I would do that by saying 2 litres is 2,000 millilitres. That usually, just by writing that down, that usually gets you a point in an exam. So always make sure, even if you have no idea how to solve the rest of the question, make sure that you've written down some kind of equivalence to show what you know about units. And then I'll get on with answering the question. I have to work out how much 13 people are going to drink. 13 people are going to have 3 glasses of water each, and each glass is going to contain 250 millilitres. So 13 times 3 times 250 will give me 9,750 millilitres, and I'm writing my units in there. Leanne thinks 5 bottles of water are enough. Well, 5 bottles, and each bottle is 2 litres, which I've already figured out is 2,000 millilitres. 5 bottles actually contains 10,000 millilitres. And I can see then that 5 bottles being 10,000 millilitres is more than the amount that I need, which is only 9,700. So I'll clearly answer the question. The question was, are 5 bottles of water enough for 13 people? My answer is yes. 13 bottles are enough. Be as clear as you can with your explanation. If you do your exam on a computer, it usually gives you a box to tick yes or no, which I think is really useful, and that's as clear as you can be. If you're writing it, make sure you write the answer. Write it in a sentence if you can. This one's a level 2 question. It's level 2 because it's going to ask us to change between units. So Zoe prepares some lemonade for the party. She needs to use 3/4 of a kilogram of sugar. Zoe knows that 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. What is 3/4 of a kilogram in pounds? And we can see that we're getting 3 points for this question, but it also says show a check of your working. So I'll do that as well. First thing I'm thinking I need to do is I need to show that I know that 3/4 is the same as 0.75. So what we're working with here is 0.75 kilograms. Then I've shown I can convert a fraction into a decimal. From there, I can then say, well, I know that 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, and I'll use my ratio over here, kilograms and pounds. I know that 1 kilo is 2.2 pounds. I don't need 1 kilo, I need 0.75 kilos To get from 1 to 0.75, I need to multiply by 0.75. So I need to do the same thing to 2.2. Now, I doubt you would get this in a non-calculator section, but it could be there. So you might have to do some long multiplication here. I've actually just put it in my calculator and I've got 1.65 pounds. So that's the answer there. What is 3/4 of a kilogram in pounds? I'll write my answer really clear. 1.65 pounds as my answer. It's sometimes nice just to underline your answer so that they can see really clearly what you've got. Now it says show a check. That's going to be the third point here. A check can be a lot of different things. Sometimes it will actually say what type of check it wants you to perform. I'm actually going to do a type of checking called a reverse the calculation. And that means I need to think about what calculation I did and then do the inverse of it. An inverse is just the mathematical opposite. So what I actually did in this calculation was I multiplied by 0.75. I did 2.2 multiplied by 0.75. So to reverse the calculation, I'm actually going to start with the answer I got. I'm going to start with 1.65 and reverse it. The reverse or inverse of timesing by 0.75 is to divide by 0.75. So that's what I'm going to do. And you might check it using your calculator. Again, I'm just going to do that in a calculator. And do that divide. And make sure it does actually come out as 2.2. Now, that's a check that they might want to see in an exam.